What is the one event that's being talked about about being added to the WCA? But this is a setting up of pieces. This is very important for FTO to get in. Are there any particular puzzles, events, or formats you think the WCA should highly consider? Here it is! Here it is! We're gonna look now at an announcement from the WCA. This was gonna be my headliner, but all these thirsty Timmies are in here talking to me about clickbait. So I gotta do it, alright? We're gonna do it now. We're gonna just have a quick look at this noise over here. Okay, so we've had an announcement on the WCA website, front page of the WCA, announced by our man Kyle Caden Hales on Monday, November the 25th. I did reach out to Kyle. We're in touch on Discord. I was hoping he would be able to come on and chat to us about it, but he is currently in the UK because he lives there and he's moving house. So there's a lot going on for our boy Kyle right now, so that's fine. Chill. Do your thing, Kyle. Here we are. The Competition Events Working Group has been formed to explore the viability of implementing new events at WCA competitions. We are preparing to assemble a framework for events based on WCA staff and community feedback. Now, that is all very, very important. And I'm going to explain to you why, little Timmy, okay? So listen, when we had a live stream recently and we made a video recently. Actually, was it season 1? It was a while back now. But anyway, FTO for WCA. We talked to James McDermott and Kit Clement about FTO and about whether or not it was realistic to think that the event would become official, that it would join the WCA. And I asked the question, well, how does an event become official? And Kit told us, well, there isn't actually an answer to that. There is no official WCA answer to how an event gets added. It hasn't happened since Scube back in 2014. I'm pretty sure. Look at me remembering things. Scube was added in 2014, and it was a bit kind of wacky as to how that happened. Like, it wasn't clean, is my understanding, or at least that's my impression from what I talked to Kit Clement about, okay? So that's a big problem. There's no process. And the WCA has changed and grown a lot in those 10 years, okay? But there's still no official solid process for how an event gets added. That's important context for what we're looking at here, because the WCA has now said that they have formed a competition events working group formed to explore the viability of implementing new events at WCA competitions. And we're preparing to assemble a framework for events based on WCA staff and community feedback. So this means two things in my opinion from reading this. It means that they are going to be looking for feedback and vibes and, you know, all that kind of stuff from the community and staff on adding events. And they're going to be looking at the same stuff for removing events as well. Hashtag ban Squan. So here we go. Earlier this year, we solicited input directly from WCA staff on the topic. We are now expanding the call for input to the wider WCA community. WCA staff may provide answers to this call for input too. The public call for input will be open until December the 15th, 2024. So this is time limited, okay? December the 15th, 2024. Joel in the chat. Wow, it's been 10 years since a puzzle has been added to the WCA. Correct. And that's important to remember when we're out here stamping our little feet going, FTO for WCA. It's like, this doesn't happen very often. It really doesn't. And it hasn't happened for a decade. All right? Yiheng Wang, for context, I don't know when his birthday is, but he's like 10, isn't he? He wasn't born when Scube was added. Keep that in mind. All right? This feedback, so public call for input is open until December the 15th, and this feedback will be carefully reviewed by the CEWG, the Competition Events Working Group, the CUG, The Cube. Bring me the Cube. This feedback will be carefully reviewed by the Cube in advance of any actual proposal. Please note, I'll tell you what, before we get to the please note, I've reached out to a couple of delegates to be like, hey, is there anything more you can tell me about this? And what they've said is no. It's pretty much all there. So this is all we have, and it's all we've got to go on. So this is it, everyone, okay? There's nothing. There's a forum post with people yapping, which we might take a quick look at, but there's not really much more apart from this post. They've established a Cube Events working group, and they're opening up feedback from the community, having already got some feedback from the staff. Please note, the Cube is not working with any prior assumptions of any specific events being added or removed. I mean, what is the one event that's being talked about about being added to the WCA? What is the one event? It's FTO, everyone. It's FTO. It's clearly, this is a moving of chess pieces, all right? They're setting up a killer play. Is that what we say in chess? I don't know. They're setting up a killer play. If anyone knows more about chess, tell me give me a name of a killer play that we're setting up here. We're about to wreck our competitor here by putting the pieces in play so that we can use our queen, which is FTO, to take out, I don't know, Squan. It's not a good metaphor, and I didn't plan it, and that it's apparent, okay? But this is a setting up of pieces. This is very important for FTO to get in. So the Cube is not working with any prior assumptions of any specific events being added or removed. Yeah, whatever. Before putting together a full framework, we will continue to discuss the topic with key stakeholders and take into account their feedback on ideas and important considerations. Manu was having thoughts. What are your two interesting things that you reckon about this? FTO, yes, but alternative formats, maybe? Competition events working group? Oh, maybe. We'll go and have a look at the forum in a minute. Also curious to see if this will lead to tiered events such that not everything is held at a major. I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly, Manu. And then he's rating my analogy. It's very bad. This is an awful analogy, and I apologize. H-Perm's getting involved though. Sacrifice the rook. Sure. Who's the rook? Is that magic? The rook is magic. It can be sacrificed. Before putting together a full framework, we will continue to discuss the topic with key stakeholders, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What have we learned? They've set up the Cube. The Cube has taken feedback from staff. The Cube is now expanding to take feedback from the community, and then they're gonna think about it for a lot longer. So is FTO being added today? No, of course it's not, Timmy. Relax. Is FTO being added in the future? I think it's looking, after this announcement, I think it's looking a lot more likely. Like, a lot more likely. Rubicade. The Rook. Please provide feedback. Oh, here we go. Look, here's what we can do with this information. Please provide any feedback on this forum, and discussions are welcome on the forum post. Let's just go and let me just make sure I'm not doxing myself by looking at the forum. No, I don't want that. I want it to open it. Who set up this? This link needs to open in a new tab. Kyle, if you're watching. Okay. It's showing my burner email address, but that's fine. Don't sign me up to anything, okay? Just don't do that. Okay, so this is just a repeat of the prior information. You got to put your email address in. Oh shoot, we're gonna have to do it, aren't we? To see the rest of it. Shall we do it? Maybe I'm gonna go into bat for FTO. Your email address. Well, I'll do my publicly available email address. help@speedcube.co.nz. What the heck is my what's my WCA ID? There he is, look. There There it is. How much more personal information am I going to have to enter into this live on the internet? Next. Questions. What is your overall outlook on participating in unofficial events as of today? Unofficial events may be held at WCA competitions, but rankings and records are not recognized by the... Okay. I am very interested. I participate or would participate if they are available and are interesting. I need to learn FTO first. So I'll say I participate if they're available and interesting. By the way, don't copy my answers. Answer the thing properly if you're going to do it. What would be your outlook on new official WCA events being added in the future? I would compete in new official WCA events. Like, who can resist a PR? A free PR? Heck yeah. I'll take that. H-Perm is doing the forum right now as well. Dylan Miller's in the chat. Hello, Dylan. Sorry, I've missed a bit of the chat here because I've been doing the thing. Dylan Miller, so what I'm hearing is we're adding vert. Is that virtual? 7 blind, surely. If new WCA events were added, how do you think that would affect WCA events? They would add variety and prevent competitor burnout. I'll agree with that, personally. They would increase growth in the WCA community. I don't know if they'd increase growth. I'll go neutral on that one. Some less popular events would be held significantly less often. Some less popular events would be held considerably less often. Psh, I'd probably agree with that, hey. Do it well, yeah. Is FTO a risk to clock? If they add FTO, is that a risk to my clock rounds? It might be. Community interest in some existing events would decrease. I would have to see evidence of that. I mean, what did Scube kill anything? When they added Scube, did that kill other events? I don't know about that. I'd have to see evidence of that. I'm going to go neutral. If new WCA events were added, how do you think they should be accommodated at major championships? A major championship is any world championship or continental championship. In some cases, large-scale national championships could also follow what major championships do. Currently, major championships hold all WCA events. Championships can make time for them by using stricter qualification cutoffs or using fewer rounds. WCA policies can be changed so that certain events are not strictly required at all major championships. I think that needs to be. That sounds sensible to me. WCA policies can be changed so that certain events are not strictly required at all major championships. Like, if you're in a country that just nobody does a certain event, why should you be obliged to hold that event? It's like, I get it, but, you know, you can be creative with your event list all the way through the year. I feel like I like that one, honestly. If WCA policies were changed in a way that certain events were not strictly required to be held at majors, how would you feel about competing in and or practicing such events? Well, see, I'm not competitive. I wouldn't feel much different. I really wouldn't personally feel much different because I'm not, like, national class or whatever. Oh, okay, Manu, this is what you were talking about with tiered events. You're talking about, the policy change for, major championships and all that kind of noise. If such a policy change were to take place, how do you think the list of required and non-required events for major championships should be determined? A central body that selects required and non-required events. The current 17 events should remain required and be rarely or never changed. Ooh, I'm not sure about this one. Not sure about this one, hey. If such a policy change were to take place, how do you think the list of required and non-required events for major championships should be determined? I'm not 100% familiar on how they're currently determined or what I'm really being asked here. Morecube saying events won't be killed. There will still be a community for them. Clock will be driven underground and we'll just have unofficial underground clock battles that you have to get invited to. Clock Club. The first rule of Clock Club is we don't talk about Clock Club, okay? I reckon Cam from Speedcube Shop is running a ring of underground magic comps, actually. If I'm not on stream tomorrow, it's because I've uncovered the underground magic comp ring and Cam has had me killed. Alright, I'm just putting that out there as well. What's up, JJ Cuber? Welcome along. I think, I don't know. Maybe there should be a central body that selects the required and non-required events. Speakeasy cubing, Efemica, yeah, exactly. There's moonshine and gambling and magic. And Cam's running the whole thing. Cameron Durden. Is that what I think about that one? I'm just gonna put other. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't feel qualified to answer. 7. If non-required events were chosen for major championships based on a cycle, how do you think these events should be determined for each cycle? Okay, well, it sounds like they've got an idea here. Organizers should have free choice to select the events for a given championship. There should be a vote, i.e. by the community. I think there should be a vote by like a local community. Vote by the geographical community affected. You know what I mean? Is maybe that what I mean for this one up here as well? Actually, I'm gonna say that I feel like it should certainly not a major championships like a nationals shouldn't be determined by the WCA. I feel like that should be determined by the community in that who are vying for those championship spots. You know what I mean? Are there any particular puzzles, events, or formats you think the WCA should highly consider? Here it is. Are there any particular puzzles, events, or formats? Manu, formats. Formats is right here. I'm going to say event, FTO, and format, and reformat. I would like to see more exciting head-to-head competitions endorsed by the WCA using formats like, what's that one we talk about? Double elimination. Whoa, fat hands. Like double elimination brackets round. Is a round robin what I mean as well? No, I don't think. No, let's keep it simple, stupid. Event, FTO, and reformat. I would like to see some more exciting head-to-head competitions endorsed by the WCA using formats like double elimination brackets. Any additional thoughts on this topic? Love your work. Thanks for opening this up to the community. Gosh, I'm a nice guy. People think I hate the WCA, but I don't. I needed to add something to this one. I would love to hear some more conversation around formats where we don't use average of 5. Is that a spicy take? Submit. There we go. Done. Oh, look at that. You can do multiple responses as well, everyone. So if you screw it up, if you type your name wrong, embarrassing, then you're fine. Okay? Right, we've been talking about this for a long time. Color block. Mike is low-key just a chill guy. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more. I stream once a week and I release videos pretty much every day. Also use code CUBECAST to save 5% at speedcubeshop.com, Cubing Life Academy, speedcube.nz, lastlayercubing.com. Have fun, solve cubes, and I'll catch you in the next one.